Oh my gosh, hi. I'm so glad we're meeting up for lunch. It's gonna be so fun, don't you think? Oh my gosh, I can't wait. Oops. Sorry, I was just excited. Um, oh my gosh, I've been up for so long, like 3 in the morning. I'm so excited to go out to lunch with you. Normally, I don't get up until the sun rises at like 4, but I woke up early because I was so excited. So what are we getting for lunch? Um, oh, you wanted to go to a steakhouse. Um, well, I'm actually, well, I guess I'm kind of usually like vegan pretty much or vegetarian. Like maybe I could get like a salad or like if they have any grass. What? Oh no. Of course I'm joking. What do you mean? Humans don't eat grass. Don't be silly. But I can't believe you believed me. But I mean, um, sorry. You think I laugh funny? Oh, I don't know. It's just how I laugh, I guess. But um, anyways, I'm really excited to go out. But maybe we could go somewhere other than the steakhouse, like somewhere with like a salad or like, something else that's made of mostly leaves and maybe a few veggies. I mean, I'm a really slow eater, so I hope you don't mind if I, like, sit there and chew my food for a while you talk, but I'm sure it'll be fine. I love to listen to you talk. I'd love to hear some of your stories, stuff like that. So how about we go to this place down the street? It's a cute little cafe, and I know for sure that they definitely have salads or but they probably have like some sort of like I guess meat if you want it though, but hopefully like something like humane and like hopefully not um like like veal or anything like well, I guess veal would be okay, but hopefully not like mutton or anything. I mean, not that there's anything wrong with eating that kind of thing. Like I wouldn't blame you because it's totally normal for human people to do that. But but well, it just I just huh? Oh, yeah, 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 yeah. I guess I am kind of big like animal rights person. Yeah, that's what it is for sure. Kind of like um I mean, you can't believe like the conditions that some of these poor little sheep are raised in. It's really crazy. It's really awful. Like really awful. So I care a lot about like sheep, especially or I guess I care a lot about animals, especially sheep, but all animals really. So, anyways, but well, um, oh, you don't really like mutton? Oh, yeah, that's nice. Me either. Well, but obviously, like I don't like it because I'm vegetarian or vegan. But whichever one isn't eating animals. I don't really know the human terms for it. I mean, I don't really know that I don't really know the terms for it. I get my words mixed up because I'm so nervous to like be on this date with you because I like you so much. But anyways, um so let's walk over there, okay? Um yeah. It'll be great. Um, anyways, while we walk, why don't you tell me about yourself? Like, what kind of things do you do for work, and what are some of your hobbies? Like, oh my gosh, I'm so excited to get to know you more. Bah, I mean, like, how old are you and everything, even? Wow, that's pretty old. Oh my gosh, I hope you don't die soon. What? Oh yeah, I'm just joking. No, no, I'm kidding. I mean, sorry, is it a weird joke? I mean, what? You're not even halfway through your lifespan? Um, okay. Well, I mean, I'm kidding, of course. It was just a joke, because you're certainly older than me. I mean, but anyways, it doesn't really matter. Um, anyways, but so like what's your favorite, like, fabric material for clothing and stuff, you know? Because I know some people, like, prefer, like, polyester and synthetic fabrics, and some people really like natural materials like, wool, you know, and cotton. So what kinda stuff do you like, huh? Oh. Oh, you're allergic to wool? Oh, it makes you feel really itchy when it touches you. Oh, well, well, I, okay, I see, well, that's okay, but, like, what kind of stuff do you like, though? Like, cotton then? Or, like oh, you're a big fan of nylon? And spandex and polyester. Oh, um, acrylic? You like acrylic? What kind of person likes acrylic? Acrylic is just a worse version of wool. Like acrylic is literally if they took a natural, beautiful creation that the world has given to you and made it worse for no reason. You can't like wash it properly. I mean, I know you have to wash wool carefully, but it's because it's such a not beautiful, natural, like fragile, like beautiful, like, um, oh, why am I getting so worked up over this? Oh, I'm not. I'm not. I don't really care about what fabrics and textiles you like. It doesn't really bother me, you know? I mean, really, whatever you like is fine. It doesn't really matter. I guess humans don't really care about that as much as I thought. But, well, oh, well, yeah, for work, I guess you could say I guess oops. Hmm. I guess you could say I'm like I work in textiles. Like I guess you could say I um like weave wool, I guess you could say I do that. So, what about you? Oh, you work at a slaughterhouse? Oh, of like what animal? Oh, all animals? Oh, like cows and horses and sheep? Oh, that's so interesting. Um, anyway, um, can you like believe like how late it's getting? I should really get going, you know? Oh, but we haven't even gotten to the restaurant yet? Oh, yeah, you're right. Yeah, of course, I was just talking about how hungry I was, of course. Yeah, I was just kidding. Anyways, yeah, we can go to the restaurant. Don't worry. Mm, I'm still so excited for our date and everything. Anyway, so, well, you're not working at the slaughterhouse. What do you like to do? Oh, you're a big fan of video games. Oh, that's cool. That's cool. That's safe. That's cool. What kind of games do you like to play? Oh, you like to play the Hunter Call of the Wild? Oh, that's a fun one. I've never, well, I don't know. I've never played it, um, but I'm sure it's really nice. What about me? Oh, well, I guess I'm a pretty big fan of Harvest Moon and you know, I like games like that. I like to play Sheep Simulator 3D and um you know, I really like certain parts of Stardew Valley and yeah, that's mostly all I play, but to be honest, I'm not a huge video game person. I tend to spend a lot of my time outside in the pasture grazing. I mean, I tend to spend a lot of my time outside um walking through the grass because it's so beautiful and I love to walk outside. But um it's really awesome, you know? Really cool. Yeah, so you like hunting like what kind of why do you like to do it? Like like do you hunt in real life too or just like in games? Oh, you do in real life. Yeah, well, why do you like to do it? Um Oh, you like to see the fear in the animal's eyes as it dies. Oh, um, yeah, that's super relatable. Bah, um, yeah, I know what you're talking about, totally. Oh, you think I'm pretty, you like my eyes. Oh, I can't imagine why. Bah, bah, um, anyways, I like your eyes too. You're a very pretty human being. Anyways, looks like we're at the restaurant, so I'm just gonna drop you off here and go somewhere else because I, forgot to, what's the human thing? I, well, I forgot to turn off my dishwasher, so I'm gonna get out of here, but I'll see you later, okay? Thanks for taking me out. Anyways, I hope you have a nice day at the restaurant. Bye. Oh my gosh, I am never going on a date with a human ever again. Holy smokes, that was awful. That guy was crazy. I mean, what was he thinking? Working at a slaughterhouse? Oh, I could have died. I have to get back to the farm quickly. I'm sure my flock is waiting for me. Oh, bah.